What's going on, everybody? Jay Rich back again with another one, and today we're looking at my 2025 Freightliner Cascadia day cab. Now, I'm going to warn you, this will be a long video, but I'm going to try to cover everything I possibly can in this video. Now, a lot of comparisons will be between my 2019, which seen here, and this 2025. There are a lot of new features. This truck right here is spec'd to our company standards, so it's got some bells and maybe not so many whistles. But before we get started, go ahead and smash that subscribe right down there in the corner. It's free to do. Leave a like and a comment. Let's get after it. Now, for the engine of this truck, it is spec'd out with the Detroit DD13. That's a 12.8 liter Detroit, which comes in at 450 horsepower, 1,750 foot-pounds of torque on this model. There are plenty of other options available, all the way up to 600 horse and 2,000 and some change foot-pounds of torque. It is backed up by the DT12 automatic transmission and 3-stage engine brake. Some of the safety features that you're going to find have changed a little, but not entirely too much from the previous models. Up here in the center of the windshield, there is an array of cameras, sensors, things like that, along with, in the center of the bumper, a radar. Now, with all of these changes, let's go on ahead and go over some of the safety features of the 2025 Freightliner Cascadia. Let's start right here in this area. This is one of the biggest changes to me. Okay, if you don't know what you're looking at, let me go ahead and explain it to you. This is your steering column right here. It goes down to this gearbox, which is power assisted, power steering. All right, goes to that gearbox, makes your tires turn left and right. This right here is an electric motor, so it is power steering and electric assist. You're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. There's kind of no in between. So let's talk about this a little more in depth, and we'll go for a drive and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about with this power steering. I want you to see how effortless the electric assist steering is on the new Freightliner. I mean, one finger, even a pinky finger, you can turn this steering wheel. It's quite crazy to me anyways. But let's go on ahead and go for a little drive. Let's see if we can get the cruise control to activate and all that, because I just got a short distance to go. But sorry if the camera is shaking. It's mounted to the vehicle, just trying to get y'all the best angles possible, where you can see the dash, and you're gonna see when I activate the cruise control how it's virtually hands-free. The transmission itself, it shifts very very crisp and on point. It's of course it is new, as you can see on the dash right there. It's got right over here, 1,000 miles, 1,145 miles on it. So it's not quite broke in yet, but I am comparing the shifting to the 2019 that I had. Alright, so to activate your cruise control, you got to turn your Jake brake off, which is your little park drive lever around here. And of course you get these little warnings that pop up, say you're too close. You see the blue steering wheel and hands? It's virtually driving itself down the road. I mean, the steering wheel, it sits there and rocks back and forth, keeping you in the lane and everything. It wants me to put my hands back on the steering wheel, just say, hey, don't be back here in the sleeper making a sandwich. That's pretty much what it's saying. Don't be that idiot. So we're going ahead and deactivate that real quick. And some of the other safety features, if you start to go over the line, hear that noise and it pulls me back in the lane. Come over here to this line and it's picking that up and it's pulling me back into the lane. So that's some of the some of that whole electric steering thing, and all the camera system that's on the windshield and everything is detecting all of that and telling you, hey, get your butt back in the lane. All right, so as you can see from that drive, this whole truck of sort of steering itself, if you're an old school guy, it's quite unnerving sometimes. Now this don't mean, hey, I can set my cruise control and I go back in the bunk and make a set. Don't be that guy. No, don't go change your underwear and make a sandwich and all that. You keep your hands right there on the steering wheel, dude. Stay in the front seat. But it's kind of, when that steering wheel is fighting you, it's kind of like you're changing lanes into a lane that has ruts in it. That's, it's dipped out at the red light from other big trucks, from a lot of big trucks. It's kind of got that dip. That's what it feels like. It feels like you're running into a rut like that. So yeah, that's the steering. Let's go inside the cab here, and we're going to take a look at a few other safety features. And another safety feature that they have come up with is automatic headlamps. Now, when you use the automatic headlamps, the sensor up in the front windshield, not this piece, that's a camera, up here, it senses daylight. So when it gets dusk and you're on auto, it'll automatically turn on the headlights for you, and it will also automatically brighten and dim the headlights, just like on some of these new cars. And also there's a feature, and I don't know if this truck has it because I haven't had it in the rain, but apparently with the wipers that that sensor will also sense rain and automatically turn on your wipers. And from what I understand, the wipers have to be in the automatic mode, but I don't see a thing that says auto for that. So I'm not sure if it was missaid and it works in conjunction with the automatic headlights. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the automatic wipers. Just for the fact of when you're driving down the road and there's a little sprinkle, you got a bunch of bugs on your windshield, you tend to smear all that around. I kind of want to wait till I stop and get fuel, scrub my windshield then. Okay, you see that little triangle right there? It's built in to the pillar, okay? And I really like that. That is, that right there, that takes you from style to class, in my opinion. Yes, I'm being a little facetious and everything. But what that does is your side radar. It senses cars and objects next to you. And with that little triangle, what it'll do is when something is beside you, it will light up yellow. Otherwise, it doesn't. It's like that. It doesn't have a color to it. So when that something is beside you, it lights up yellow. Now, when you go put your turn signal on to turn, it'll start flashing and beeping at you, telling you, "Whoa, something's right there. Don't do that." You know. So that's a pretty good safety feature. The old ones, like we have some older trucks that have the same thing, but it wasn't built into the pillars. Like something was added on, like a little stupid box that was stuck there, and it flashed different color lights at you, and you never knew what they really meant or anything like that. There's no training on that crap. But with the new one, I like it built into the pillar. It looks so much better. It doesn't look like an afterthought. It looks like this truck was made with that. And it was. Okay, also in the video, you heard the lane departure warning, which comes through your speakers, and it can be quite annoying, especially if you're in, say, like a construction zone or something where you have to move off to the shoulder one side or the other, and you don't want this thing sitting here constantly fighting you. So you do have a switch right here for your lane departure warning, and also one for the steering on the keep the steering wheel from fighting you. But usually just the lane departure thing will take care of that enough to where it's bearable. All right, so let's go on ahead and jump into the interior of the 2025 Freightliner Cascadia. Let's look at some of the differences. It's not a whole lot of change between the earlier years and 2025, but there are some changes. Okay, walking up, first thing is this brown color. This has been out for a few years. But my 2019 was gray, so seeing the brown is a needed change, or a much welcome change, I should say. And then it had a faux sort of grayish blackish wood. Now this is a faux black wood here. You still got your door pockets, you got your puddle lamp underneath. Continuing with the door, on this model, I do have power locks. I had power windows and power mirrors and heated, but this time I have power locks also, which is way more convenient. And coming down here, you have your battery disconnect switch right there, which I don't hardly ever use that. My seat, here we have, let me walk you through all this. Here you have the side bolster support, this is the side bolster. You can air them up, it'll squeeze you just a little bit, make you feel all warm and fuzzy. Here you have a upper lumbar, a lower lumbar. You have heat, you have cool. Heat is going to be up, cool is going to be down, and you got a little more, and a whole lot. Here is your seat up and down. This right here is going to be the let's say shock absorption of the seat when you have air in it. Say it's halfway up, this will adjust like the bounce up and down. It'll either be a slow bounce or a little faster. That's what you're adjusting there. This, I'm really not sure what it does, but what I think it does is this is going to be your the swing of the seat, like the front to back swing of the seat, I believe is what that is. Here is your seat slider, which will slide the seat forward, slide the seat backwards. This is going to be the recline of the seat. You can recline the back, and then this will come up. This right here is going to be the seat bottom slider, which will slide just the bottom of the seat forward to give longer leg people a little more support under the knee. And another change, and I don't know when they started this, but this hard plastic right here, because we all know driving, a lot of city drivers especially, you sit here and you wear a hole out in the floor from going from gas to brake all the time. You just wear a big hole in the floor. So that is nice to see right there. As previous models, your key switch is in the same location. You have automatic headlamps with auto sensing technology from the sensor up in the windshield there. It'll sense the dark, and it'll automatically turn your headlights on as well. And another feature with that, and I don't know if it's built in with the headlamps, I was told it was with the windshield wipers, with the windshield wiper stock, that when they're set to auto, but it could have been said wrong as to where it works in conjunction with the automatic headlights, because I do not see an auto setting on the wipers, but the windshield sensor will sense rain and turn your wipers on for you automatically. Coming up to the steering wheel here, everything is pretty much the same from my 2019 anyways. Over here you have these are your navigation controls for your center screen. These are up and down volume for your radio, your call, hang up, call. Over here, these two and this third one here is going to be your cruise control. This will interrupt your headlights, which turns your headlights off. Say if a driver wants to come over in front of you or something, you can, just give them a little flash. It cancels the headlights out instead of flashing your high beams at them. Here is your running light interrupt, which you can flash your trailer lights at somebody. They let you over, you flash your trailer lights, say thank you. This button also works in with the info center right there. Come up here, you got your storage bin. This piece right here, this is all for our e-log system, our Wi-Fi, all that good stuff. That is not Freightliner's deal, and the camera also is our deal, not Freightliner's. Phone holder, this is our tire pressure monitoring system. This is something that we use. As far as I know, this does not come from Freightliner. It is aftermarket, and it is down here. And let's see, we go through all the buttons. Now, these are not Freightliner. I put these on here because I love these. I love these aftermarket dash valve knobs. They're a lot bigger, rounded, a lot easier on the hands, especially if you're popping brakes all day like us local drivers are. These are much better. I do hear that these are not quite legal to have, but probably depends on the DOT officer and how much you piss them off. So the trailer trolley brake, most of you don't use that or know what that's for, but that just engages the trailer brakes temporarily. Dome lights, footwell lights, your cargo light, your light test. Some people have never seen this, especially a lot of old school guys. You've never seen what this button does. Some of you may not even know what this button does, but it does what it says it does. It's a light test. It tests all the exterior lights, your bright lights, your low beams, your turn signals, your brake lights, everything. When you get out, you're doing your pre-trip, your post-trip, hit that button. That right there will tell you if any lights are out on this truck. But you got to get outside the truck, walk around, get your flip-flops dirty. Over here you have your traction control. Lane departure warning, you can turn that off temporarily on this truck. I don't know if it can be set to indefinite. On my 2019, it was indefinite, or until you turn the truck off, turn the truck back on, you could disable the lane departure warning. This is for that, I guess that hands-free steering, or the steering assist. You can turn that off temporarily. And that thing, I'm not sure what that thing does. I need to look it up in the manual. But I'm sure it's something simple, and I'm just not thinking of what it is. Over here on this side, this is your trailer auxiliary power. Now what this does is, say if you have a van with a van trailer with a what do you call it, a dock, not a dock plate, but a lift gate. Yeah, if you have a lift gate, when you get out and turn the truck off, you need to just flip that switch right there, and that will provide power to your trailer while the key's off. And also for us fuel haulers, we can flip that on and provide power to our trailers, because we have to have power to the trailer to load and unload at terminals. So you'll need that on there. Your PTO, which is your power takeoff. That's if you have a pump or some sort of a hydraulic system, maybe an end dump, something like that. You flip your PTO on, which this truck will be getting a pump on it, so I'll need that. Your engine override, you got that. Down here, inner axle lock, your front diff lock. This is your air slide for your fifth wheel, and this is your air suspension dump. You have 3 power outlets, one here. There was a cigarette lighter there. I don't know why we opted for the smoker's package, but I did get a cigarette lighter and an ashtray with this truck, so not sure why we have that, because, well, none of us smoke and can't be smoking in the truck anyways. Another power outlet. This is a 12 volt. I did hear that there are USB-C outlets available now, where you just plug your USB cables directly into the port. There's nothing needed. I, however, use one of these. I really like this model. I think I got it from Walmart or something. You can turn off and on these 3 ports in case you want to plug a GPS, a camera, something like that into it, but it also has the USB port on top and bottom, and these do not add interference into radios like CBs and AM/FM radios. So I really like that one. The radio is pretty much the same. You have your port, for headphones, and for the auxiliary, it's got weather, all that good stuff. I have a tablet mount for our company provided tablets, which we do all of our dispatch and bill of ladings and things like that on. 3 cup holders, little cubby tray. Oh, you do have the cubby tray here. On my 2019, I had 2 of these. There was like one over here and one over here somewhere, and I really like that. Now I only have the 1 cubby. Up top you got your overhead console, and I believe that they are still available with the door that opens up like my 2019 had, but these do not have the door. It's got this this thing is like really freaking deep here, so when, like before, you didn't have this big hump right here. It was more of right here. You could just reach in and grab what you needed. Now I have to like reach way on up there. I need to get a toothpick or something. I didn't really care for that. Got this cubby up here for storage of books or whatever. And CB goes here. This is a microphone for your Bluetooth through the radio. As you see, I do not have a passenger seat. They started taking the passenger seats out to save weight, and we really don't haul people around. We can't haul passengers with us unless if they are with the company. So I got a couple dividers. I've got some tools some extra fluids. There are some extra parts and things like that I put into these cubbies. Little hand wipes, window cleaners, stuff like that. Things that I like to keep in the truck. Over here, I made these little hooks right here to hang my FR jacket, my FR sleeves, and my hard hat, because I'm always needing them. They're always there. Add another one over there. What was in place of that is a regular coat hook, like this one here. I took this one off, double-sided tape, stuck it to there so that I can hang my trash bag on there. Freightliner did do this little stupid deal here of a hook. I guess this is for a trash bag. I have no idea, but it's right on the floor. I mean, literally, you cannot put a bag there. It does not hang. The bag sits on the floor, and then it comes off the hook, and it's stupid. So I added a hook right there, which I took off of up here, and then just double-sided tape right there. You still have the pull out where you pull this whole brown cover off, and you get to your fuse boxes and things like that. Right up here on the A pillar, that little triangle, that is your side radar warning. Let you know if somebody is sitting there on your passenger side, because we all know people like to sit right in this area right here, right in this area on the outside of the truck, and they like to ride right there next to you all day long. All right, so let's go on ahead and do a walk around of the exterior and talk about the truck in general and point out some of the differences between my 2019 and this 2025. Some of it I like, some of it I don't like. Let's get after it. All right, starting down here in the front of the vehicle, we have the chrome bumper, the black grille, black headlights. It's a pretty good looking truck. I ain't gonna lie, it is a good looking truck. You got chrome mirror caps, which kind of says premium edition, but without the aero package, because from what I understand, the aero package would have like the plastic color match bumper that drops down real low, like on my 2019, and then you would have the side skirt fairings down the side, but this does not have that. I am, however, a little disappointed. I do not have fog lights in this bumper like I did on my 2019. I really like the fog lights. They help you see just a little bit better. You have your holes for your tow hooks, your front radar, so don't crash into that. You kind of need that for everything, all the safety stuff to work. You gotta have that thing. The hood has not really changed, and I don't know if it's just an illusion between my 19 and this 25, but it seems like the hood is shorter just a little bit. I could be wrong, but it seems like it is. Like I said, it might be an optical illusion. Here we have the 22.5-inch tires, and if you see this little thing on the valve stem, that is the sensor for our onboard tire monitoring system. That, like I said before, I don't think that is factory. That is something we do aftermarket, but it really helps to monitor air pressures. You got your steps, diamond plate cover for your DEF. Here is your side radar, and it does catch pretty far forward and pretty far backwards. It does not catch all the way down the trailer. 90-gallon fuel tank on this side. And different on this truck than from my 2019. Before, I had the exhaust that went under the truck. We call it the grass burner, because it puts all that heat down. Now, we could save a little bit of weight if we were able to ditch this whole monstrosity of a thing. You know, you got to be able to save a couple 100 pounds at least. But they didn't want to do that because they didn't want all the heat right there, and plus I'm getting a pump that comes out here to be able to pump from my trailer to somebody else's trailer to my trailer. So we need room for that pump, and we don't want all that heat under that pump also. Come back here, these front fenders, they're a little more aerodynamic. from what I understand, is that this is a standard thing that's coming on all of these. Oh, one other thing I did not mention is on my 2019, I had little fairings, like little 12-inch fairings or something that came out, you know, right here. I really like those fairings, and like I said, that might be giving me the illusion that that hood's a little shorter, but there's no fairings on this day cab model. You got your wheel covers, which are easy to remove if you're not used to that. Let me go on ahead and show you if you're not used to it. But you take this button, all right, you push it, and then you turn. Let's see, it shows you lock and unlock, but you got to push this all the way in, and then turn your center cap, then they come off. Okay, and there's your wheel and tire, which this is a little dirty. This needs to be washed. So maybe when I go to truck wash and there's a sensor for the wheel, for the air pressure. Let's see, then you get this back in there, line it up, and then twist, and it locks. Let's see here. This little antenna right here, this is for our tire pressure monitoring system also. This detects the sensors at the back of the trailer. So that is much needed. Here we have disc brakes all the way around on that axle, and the steer axle. So 6-wheel disc brakes on the tractor. I love the disc brakes over the drums. They're quieter, they stop better. Axle ratios, these are 279 gears in this configuration. You have the 445, 50, 22 and a half. Outback. We run super singles on everything, on our trucks, our trailers, everything. We run super singles. We really like them. The fifth wheel is basic. It is very basic. You have very limited travel. I do like a fifth wheel. You get up a little bit over this axle to get weight on your steers, but this one it is spec'd like this. So that's what I have. 80-gallon fuel tank on this side, 90 on that side, a total of 170. And with the fuel efficiency of this truck over my other one so far, I'm very pleased with it. 10-gallon DEF tank. Not seeing a big change in the DEF consumption yet. Hopefully it'll get better once the truck loosens up. That'd be great. This air hose reel, I added this, and I'll leave a link down below in the description if you want to add a air hose onto your truck on how I did it. I just installed this one the other day, but I did one on my 19 also, and how I routed the air. Down here you got a little trap door, 3 batteries with a cover on the top. Cover that up. Otherwise, diamond plate, treads, steps. Again, 22-inch wheels and tires. And I am missing the side cameras that mount here on the mirror somewhere. We're waiting on those cameras to get to us. We have our dash cam right here inside that's front and rear facing. There's another set of cameras that goes with it that looks down the trailer, and I really like having those. People will sideswipe you. Some people don't realize this, but somebody will sideswipe you, then they say, well, you went over on them. So that camera on the mirror will tell the story for you. And it seems like on the 2019, and I know that a lot of 2024s had it, there was like I don't remember if it said Cascadia in here, or if it was just a bar that went through, or if it was sort of optional, but this has nothing there. So it's kind of weird. Like, you got the chrome mirrors and all that, chrome mirrors here, but you don't have that, whatever the fancy grill is. It's just black. It doesn't bother me that it's just black. It's just, I thought that was a sort of an option. Apparently, visors. I didn't have one on the 19, but some of our other ones have the visors. But apparently the visors are no more, possibly. But you do have the side louvers, and there is a mark on there. So don't grab that. It's not a handle. Don't do it. You'll tear it off of there. And another thing that I am missing is a deer guard. So I'm waiting on the deer guard to get here. It should be maybe a couple days. I'll be able to get it and put it on, and have that done also. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for this episode. I appreciate you staying with me and watching through the whole tour of the 2025 Freightliner Cascadia. What are your thoughts on some of this new technology? Go on ahead and leave a comment down below. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm Jay Rich, keeping these in the breeze and the shiny side up. We'll be seeing you.